Hello, and welcome to today's webinar on innovating the future of application delivery. Today's webinar is sponsored by Micro Focus and Deloitte and produced by Actual Tech Media. My name is Scott Becker. I'm from Actual Tech Media, and I'm excited to be your moderator for this great event. Now, before we get to today's content, we do have a few housekeeping items that are going to help you get the most out of this session. First off, we want this to be an informative event for you, so we encourage any questions in the questions box in our webinar control panel. Not only will we have team members responding to questions during the live event, but we'll also have a dedicated Q&A session at the end of the presentation where we'll discuss in greater detail some of the top questions that you ask. That Q&A panel is also the place to let us know about any technical issues you might be experiencing. A browser refresh will fix most audio, video, and slide advancement issues. But if that doesn't work, let us know in the Q&A and we'll provide further technical assistance. Second, in the handout section of your webinar control panel, you'll find that we're offering several resources. And I really want to call attention to one. There's a Micro Focus webpage specifically for this event with data sheets, brochures, blueprints, reports, and videos. So be sure to check that page out. Even bookmark it. It's going to be updated with a recording of this session from today and other assets as well. You'll also find a link to the Gorilla Guide Book Club, which is Actual Tech Media's own library of great printed resources on technology topics, as well as a link to the ATM Event Center, which has our calendar of upcoming events. So I encourage you to access those resources now and share them with your friends and your colleagues. Third, at the end of this webinar event, we will be awarding a $300 Amazon gift card to one lucky registrant. Of course, you must be in attendance during the live event to qualify for the prize. The official terms and conditions of today's prize drawing can be found in your handout section as well. Scroll to the bottom and you'll find the prize terms and conditions link there. Finally, one of the best benefits of this event is the opportunity to ask a question of our expert presenters. And to help encourage your questions, we have a special additional prize for you. That's another Amazon gift card, this one for $50 for the best question. At the end of the event, we'll look at all the questions, pick out the very best one, and contact that prize winner. And with that, let's get to today's fantastic content. It is my pleasure to introduce you to our presenters today. We have Tal Levi-Joseph, who is Vice President of Product for Application Delivery Management at Micro Focus. We're going to hear from Tal first, and then later on, we'll hear from Ollie Ralph, who's a Quality Engineering Specialist Leader at Deloitte. So Tal, welcome to the webcast. Great to have you here.
Hello, thank you very much, Scott.
Yeah, well, take it away.
Okay. So hi everyone, as was said, and welcome. I'm Tal Levi-Joseph, and I'm the VP of Product and Strategy within the Application Delivery Management Group at Micro Focus. And let's talk about ADM for a second. ADM stands for Application Delivery Management, and for over 20 years, Micro Focus ADM has been in the business of helping enterprises deliver world-class mission-critical software at scale. And today, I look forward to sharing the strategic direction of the ADM business, and in particular, a new development in the arena of value stream management that brings together all of the capabilities required to develop and deliver software at scale. Now, let me tell you a little bit about ADM and how we can empower the business to provide you with a competitive edge. Today, the ADM business supports over 20,000 customers across the globe with over 1 million of active users in our communities. We have been in the business of helping our customers gain a competitive advantage for over 20 years, starting back in the Mercury days. And our customers are at the center of everything we do. We have done this always by working with you, our customers, and for you, and by consistently delivering breakthrough innovation. And that is reflected in the robust portfolio of over 300 patents back from the early days. Now, these have been in the areas such as continuous quality, AI automation, and object recognition that we'll talk about, analytics, predictive and prescriptive analytics, performance optimization, cloud computing, and many more. And speaking of cloud, ADM was one of the early pioneers of delivering in the cloud with over around 18 years of experience running SaaS operations for some of the industry's most demanding customers with the highest standards of support of tens and thousands of active users worldwide. As just one example, our LoadRunner cloud deployment simulates over 5 million active users in less than 5 seconds and is one of the Amazon's largest public cloud deployments worldwide. This responsibility that we carry of serving you demands the highest standards of quality, security, and control, and is at the core of everything we do and, of course, our innovation. Now let's talk about what's happening around us, and let's look at the ecosystem that we are at. It's evolving and changing. In fact, we see that pace of these changes in software have been accelerating due to COVID and many other drivers. The development methodology, the nature of the applications, and the infrastructures have all evolved significantly and has our solutions to address them. Our mission is to address these strategic areas and with the industry-leading innovation to power your software development and delivery success. So we understand how transformative each of these arenas are, and we are committed to delivering the best-in-class solutions that power your software delivery journey. So with all of these vectors of change happening from the methodology and the technology fronts and endless sets of diverse tools that are in use across the organization, especially with the emerging of Agile and DevOps, we see our customers start to raise very legitimate questions that go far beyond the traditional things we used to see. And I want to talk about these questions for a second. How do I make sure there is an alignment between the business goals and my execution, my delivery? And with that comes the question of ROI. What is the ROI on any dollar that I invest in the software? Because we have to be very effective about what we want to achieve and how to measure it, because it can easily go sideways. Because we all know that Agile and DevOps started from the bottoms up. And what happens is when you start to scale, then this is where, a little bit of the mess starts. How do I focus my investments on the right places? How will it affect the process if I allocate the investments a little bit differently? How do I ensure I can deliver software with robust end-to-end security? How and where do I focus my automation effort? Where do I get the best ROI for that? How do I control and understand root cause of failures and how to effectively remediate and even avoid those things? How do I manage the never-ending set of tools while mitigating risk and maximizing ROI for my organization? And finally, how do I understand the overall picture of quality and what are the risks and mitigation actions that I should take? All of these are real everyday questions that balances for me the four elements of value, quality, speed, and cost. And I think, to be honest, that the bottom line is how do I simply regain control on what is being delivered? And this is where the concept of VSM, value stream management, comes into place. Value stream management looks at software from the perspective of value and the value it generates and creates. What is driving the notion of it is the need to assess, plan, and manage how this value is being delivered. VSM is a revolution, but yet pragmatic approach to enabling organizations to holistically track, analyze, and predict value creation from strategy to delivery to achieve superior business outcomes, and you can start really anywhere. We see value stream management as an element of software development for every organization, every size, in every industry. In fact, we see value stream management as the natural evolution, and I always say like the future of DevOps. And if DevOps really broke down the walls between application and operation, then VSM further breaks down the walls between the business side and the execution side. And when we talk about value, we talk about it from the two lenses. The first one is value realization, and the second one is value flow. The first is, are you delivering the right things and getting the ROI for them? And the second is, are we delivering it in the right way? So if you think about it, it's the what and the how. And at the end of the day, the result is a more agile, efficient, and aligned approach to software delivery that enables forward-thinking organizations to really gain sustainable competitive advantages. And this is where you see in the screen. The beauty of it is that it complements and integrates with your existing software development and delivery environment to provide you with the insights you need in order to predict, plan, analyze, and really take action to maximize the delivery of value. As you will see today, you can adopt it at your own pace in your own unique environment. For some, that means starting small and expanding over time. And for others, it may mean applying value stream management end-to-end, top-down, from strategic portfolio management through agile development, continuous quality testing, deployment, and operation. So there are many ways to get started, but the time is really now. So I'm very excited to share with you the news of the recent launch that we did of our new VSM platform. We just launched it on March 8th. We call it Value Edge. And Value Edge is really our new cloud-based, end-to-end integrated value stream management platform. And we are the vendor in the market today to deliver such a complete end-to-end solution that is fully integrated and modularized, as you'll see in a second, with intelligence layer on top of AI-powered analytics and automation at an enterprise scale. So the ADM Value Edge solution is all cloud-based, and it is a platform that is flexible, that can be deployed in any organizations, as we said, both large and small. And really the innovative architecture works virtually with any open source and commercial software development tool chain to first, as we said, business effectivity, maximize the overall business value delivery for optimal impact and customer satisfaction. So we want to provide you, our customers, with the ability to manage the complete chain from strategy to delivery, so you can really get the transparency, the traceability, and the visibility into the different delivery phases and impact on the business outcome. We also want to help you accelerate delivery and maximize productivity by holistically predicting and tracking what we call value flows across the software development life cycles. So as we talked before, it's first to determine whether you're developing the right thing and indicate the KPIs that you'll measure, and then the how. How are you developing them? So from the very strategic thing, what are the business goals, to the very tactical yet strategic everyday questions. And it all comes down to eventually cost, which is time, people, quality, risk, and speed of delivery. And at the end of the day, the result is really a more agile, efficient, and aligned approach to software delivery. Now, the last important thing I would like to add is, as you know, starting from the Mercury days, one of our biggest advantage, unique differentiators, is quality management and testing. It has always been our heritage and our strength, and I can tell you it will continue to be as we push the limits of continuous quality and what we call the shift everywhere testing across the entire life cycle. So let's look at the platform for a second. So at the top, we see the insights layer. So one of the most valuable, significant assets that we will have is the insight and analytics layer. And it really provides AI-powered capabilities to allow the visibility to make effective decisions that balances the elements that I've talked about: quality, speed, risk, and cost, and of course, value. So it will provide you insights on your flow, waste, friction, bottlenecks, and all of the KPI will be available in a persona-based and driven dashboards and more domain-related view. And we're going to cover the three elements of analytics: descriptive analytics, predictive analytics, and of course, prescriptive analytics. So the second layer is the set of services and modules that are representing the different functions in the platform. And it starts with strategy, what we call value edge strategy. Strategic portfolio management is an approach to really achieve strategic goals by selecting, prioritizing, assessing, and managing projects, programs, and other related work items based on their alignment and contribution to the organization's strategies and objectives. So there you can define the strategic initiatives and investments, you define your OKRs, you correlate the strategy then with the execution and manage and measure the outcomes in ROI. So this is the real connection between the business and the execution. Then you get to Value Edge Agile, where you can manage the agile backlog, agile planning, pipeline. We have root cause analysis in the pipeline, builds, releases, and how it all correlates back to strategy and quality. Value Edge Quality, this is where you're able to track all of the quality aspects: risk, test planning, management, and execution. Integrate that with the tool chain to really get a complete continuous quality picture and risk view of the different value streams and deliverables. Then we get to Value Edge Perform. And Value Edge Perform has the focus on performance testing, load and longevity testing, root cause analysis of performance bottlenecks, all that integrated into the overall quality and value stream flow metric picture. Value Edge Functional Testing will focus on functional testing as a service. It will all be provided on the cloud, where you can start by defining and designing the model and test strategy with model-based testing, and then execute, whether they're on web, mobile, or any other platform, and all leveraging the unique and most mature in the market today AI-powered technologies and capabilities. Then we get to Value Edge Release, and this is the place where you will govern the complete release from development, test, production, and get the feedback back into strategy and planning. You will be able to trace and manage code artifacts and trace them back into risk, environment and provisioning, and finally deployment automation. But it really doesn't end here. And here I want to introduce Value Edge Operation, where this is the place that we will really integrate with either Micro Focus IT operations side or any other external tool monitoring in ITSM to basically manage the feedback and to inject the feedback back into application and strategy and gain all of the knowledge there. Then we get to the third layer is the platform services. The platform is operated by a set of shared services like the Integration Hub, which we'll talk about in a second, an advanced data lake and traceability, AI engine, and note that here we're referring to AI analytics and also AI automation. of course, user management and additional services that are required to run a platform. And now that we've completed the view, it's very important to tell you that, it's not about taking it all at once, right? And that's the beauty of it. It's very flexible. But it does provide you a holistic end-to-end approach where you can really choose where you want to start and expand from there or integrate to your existing tool chain. So what we want to do is make sure that we integrate with any technology and commercial tool and open source that is out there. And the idea is that you can go left to the strategic portfolio space, or you can go right into the automation and delivery side. And again, the beauty of it that it's all SaaS, so very easy and smooth to turn, on and off capabilities and functionality based on your needs and frequency of delivery. And talking about integration. So let's talk about the complexity of the ecosystem that we're all part of, right? And the importance of integration. So I can tell you that respondents in a recent Gartner DevOps survey indicated that they've used an average of 28 different DevOps toolchain. This explosion of tools has, for most organizations, increased really the complexity and costs at many levels. So you can continue to build more tool chains, but if you don't tie together the data flow, you're less likely to be truly insight driven and data driven and gain control over the products and processes. So the Value Edge Integration Hub will integrate and extend the value with over 100 pre-built integration and API support. It should simplify the traditional overhead involved in really managing the diverse university of application development tools. And I want to add another dimension, which is the analytics, because as you all know, the magic doesn't just happen by itself, as the integration hub, in our case, has two critical roles here. One is first to integrate and sync the data, but the second one is very critical, which is to standardize the data in a way that we can really apply intelligence to it through the cloud-based data lake and advanced AI engine. So that's, again, the magic doesn't happen by itself. And as we see, the integration hub has a major and critical role with that. Now, I always say a picture worth like 1,000 words. So let me introduce you to one of the screens of Value Edge. And here you see the insights and dashboard. So you see the innovative and intuitive UI that is really beautiful, but I'm biased and definitely impactful. But you see on the left side of the picture, you see the entire menu. So there you can see all of the modules that I then mentioned. And of course, that will be turned on and off based on what the customer has purchased. But, that gives you the entire stack and flow in one pane or one menu. So you go from one context to another, it's all traced back. All of the analytics is shown in the context of where you are and what you're trying to do. Here in this screen, we see a flow velocity, which is part of the flow metrics. Flow metrics basically measure the rate of business value delivery. It exposes weaknesses and bottlenecks in the process and really show you whether you're progressing in the right direction. So we have flow velocity, flow efficiency, as well as flow distribution. And that, of course, adds into the existing dashboards around agility, velocity, quality, release, and so on. I've also included there another view. We talked about the business and the business connection to the execution. So what we want to see here is where do I spend most of my time and why, making sure that the strategic themes that I've defined find their way into the different releases, right? So all of this is happening here. And we really want to then create the programs and projects to achieve those strategic goals. We want to track cost. We want to track what if scenarios. For example, what if I move investments from one place to another? How to predict what will happen then. So we want to track the value each project is delivering. And again, it all gives you insights into the portfolio value. So with this end-to-end approach that really delivers both the insights to see and the levers to act, we believe that our Value Edge platform is really a game changer for any organization, as I said, both large and small, as well as, and this is important, any function and persona in the organization. So all over the organizational stakeholders, including the business managers, QA leaders, engineers, practitioners, and project managers, could really get the insights and functionality they need when and where they need it to maximize productivity and ROI, to deliver software that really meets and even exceeds your customer's expectation every time. And how you want to think about it is you want to think about it like an orchestra where really every instrument needs to be literally on the same page. So the platform in its modularity and end-to-end design really enable each functional area from the business manager, QA leaders, and engineers, as well as dev, and as I mentioned, the project manager to really, speaking of music, to harmonize their efforts to really maximize productivity and ROI for the business. And what I want to show you next is a short video that we prepared on Value Edge. So here it's coming.
Market demand velocity is pressuring your organization to release ever more complex, high-quality applications, straining your resources and increasing risk levels. You're surrounded by a diverse set of siloed tools and data, but don't have the critical insight needed to optimize your resources, prioritize delivery, and deliver your highest business value changes. To transform your organization, you need to figure out the right places to automate so you can boost speed, coverage, and resiliency. But where do you start? You need answers, and you need them fast. Bottom line, you need the power of value stream management. A value stream management empowered software delivery approach enables organizations like yours to prioritize, track, analyze, and deploy the right changes at the right time. With VSM, you can identify resource requirements, the impact of proposed changes, and expose the waste in your existing processes, all while maximizing value delivery as your products flow from conception to release. Let's see how Value Stream Management, powered by Micro Focus Value Edge, can transform your organization's product development flow. With Micro Focus Value Edge, there's no rip and replace of your current systems. Value Edge sits across your product implementation process, integrating with your existing product toolchains and allowing your organization to run and transform at the same time. Value Edge lets you capture and track the value of every change, along with the time it takes to deliver each change from idea to delivery, providing detailed insights into the value, flow, and friction of your change delivery process. This insight helps improve your software development processes and identifies waste from all stages of product delivery. Micro Focus Value Edge is a cloud-based VSM platform designed to work in harmony with your existing toolchains. Micro Focus Value Edge is comprised of 8 core modules that interact with your product delivery lifecycle. You can use one module, all modules, or any combination to address your organization's unique needs. Value Edge provides a single, integrated user experience across your entire product delivery lifecycle, from business demand to production. From high-level executive insights, we can double-click into business objectives and key results allowing anyone in the organization to easily track and understand the progress of key deliverables. As our OKRs are implemented, in this case as agile epics, we can see the perceived value of the change, features that are in flight, including details on feature waste, and navigate via the inbuilt tracked relations to related epics, features, and user stories used for implementation. From the user story, we can track code commits, pull requests, and even the line of code change that implemented this high-value change. From our build chain, we can identify functional test status and details of the load tests executed for this build, and the full details of the load tests run. Finally, the release and deployment process for this high-value business change shows how our high-value change makes it to production. As you'd expect, all of this is all underpinned by the exceptional levels of quality insight you'd expect from Micro Focus. Value Edge was built to integrate with hundreds of tools that you already know, use, and love, and offers industry best-in-class capabilities around portfolio management, DevOps, quality, testing, and operations. What's the first step on your VSM journey? We start by identifying your existing value streams, profiling existing tools, and helping you prioritize business objectives. Next, we deploy the Micro Focus Value Edge platform, implementing your choice of cloud-based services that integrate with your existing tools. We'll get you up and running by adapting and optimizing your existing flows, harnessing Value Edge's AI-powered insight and decision-making capabilities across your software, development, and deployment environment. Once Value Edge is implemented, your organization can transform, delivering continuous quality, increased customer satisfaction, and superior value delivery. In other words, your organization will be fit to compete today and ready for whatever the future brings. Connect with Micro Focus and let's help get you started with your VSM journey. Visit us at valueedge.com and get started with Micro Focus Value Edge Value Stream Management today.
Tal, you're still muted. Tal, are you there?
Yeah, I'm just.
Oh, yeah.
Can
I
you hear me?
Great. Yep.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
So I'm back. Okay, good. As we heard in the movie, so to summarize, Value Edge is available today for you to try. And really, I invite you all to go to our website and attend the dedicated value stream management sessions to really learn more about the different modules and architecture behind it and how it really seamlessly plugs into your ecosystem. And also talk to your reps on a pilot or a trial and really how the journey starts for you. And we are here to support you with that journey. Now, VSM is our new and exciting addition to our family and to your ADM family of tools. And we believe it really adds tremendous value to our customers and your business outcomes. And we see it complements our existing and well-established portfolio. And we really believe it's the natural evolution for you and our commitment to your success. Now, speaking about our existing portfolio. Now, through the session, we have talked a lot about the innovation that we're delivering on a continuing basis. And what I would like to briefly do now is really go over the three portfolios and show you what we've already delivered for you, and really offer a sneak peek into what is going to be delivered. So we'll start with lifecycle management. And in lifecycle management, we've consistently added a lot of new capabilities around reporting and analytics, agile integration, ease of administration, auditability, and security. And really, while I don't have the time to highlight everything, I want to call out a few key changes I want to make sure you haven't missed. So in ALM QC, we have completely redesigned the reporting and analytics experience to really simplify status tracking and display quality metrics, requirement coverage, and trends over time. The new interface that we did provides a clean and intuitive experience, which is, with a rich set of built-in graph types, new option of data filtering and advanced analytics. For example, new composite graphs to correlate entities and data across multiple releases, overtime trend reports, and we've introduced also new health reports. We've also introduced new analytics server and engine that can installed alongside the ALM deployment, so we can really provide even further advanced analytics that is customized by you. And let's talk about the client option we now that we now offer in ALM QC. Users and administrators can choose from a variety of new client options that fit different use cases and needs. From running a hand-free installation with the client launcher to using ALM Web Runner for all of the core functionality, or using the ALM Quality of Things for remote offline testing. All these options are intuitive and simple and really remove the dependency from Internet Explorer. Now, as you transition to a more iterative approaches, we have introduced new integration with popular agile tools and Jenkins, and all of that to let the practitioners use the tools they want to use and still collect all of the needed information in ALM for status tracking, traceability, and compliancy. So there are out-of-the-box integrations today with Jira, Raleigh, Jenkins, Slack, Teams, as well as many more. And as you know, ALM is offered in the cloud or on-prem today. And for those of you who have moved into Octane, it continues to expand dramatically. It's rich and aligned with your modern practices. We have further invested in advanced analytics and actionable insights. We've introduced a new risk-based analytics with the ability to identify product areas that are in high risk based on the code changes that were introduced there, and all of that, obviously, to optimize testing plans and strategy accordingly. We've expanded quality and agile analytics. We added automation ROI to really uncover the ROI that you are executing with your automation efforts. And we've also introduced the release governance aspects and the ability to embed quality into the release process by really defining automated quality gate that help you control the delivery process. And that is just really parts of what we've delivered. If we look at the future, so really at a high level, in order to support our quality strategy and lifecycle solution teams, we will focus on several critical themes this year. First is accelerate continuous quality and really to continue the investments in quality features coupled with smart analysis, collaboration, and integration. We talk about the notion of value through modernization by really continuing to enrich the ALM QC web interface and provide value that enable greater capacity and asset reuse. We continue to invest in AI and natural language processing powered analytics with insights around root cause of issues, predictions of bottlenecks and how it will affect the delivery, and alerts on issue. A nice example, by the way, would be the analytics around it's an example of predictive analytics and root cause analysis around escaped defect. So what is the root cause and how to avoid those, escaped irritating defects. We're going to continue to invest in scaling enterprise agile and lean portfolio capabilities to really guide you through the agile and digital transformations with support for enterprise agile and in particular SAFe, of course. So manage epics across workspaces, support SAFe portfolio. and so on. Moving on to functional testing. So first, let me proudly share that we have just launched last month the new cloud-based offering of model-based testing, which also is part of the Value Edge offering that I've just shared before. And model-based testing is really about modeling the application and analyzing the different ways you can interact with it. It gives the ability to define and design the model and test strategy. And this is what we call the shift right, or shift right solution. In functional, we talk about, shift everywhere, shift left and shift right. So this is our shift right solution for functional testing. And model-based testing will have the ability not only to map and design the tests, but also generate automation scripts leveraging codeless and machine learning AI methods. And I can tell you that model-based testing will also have the ability to uniquely support also packaged app, and in particular SAP environments. You will also be able to learn more and explore more about model-based testing in the dedicated webinar and sessions that are available for it. And what I also want to share is the fact that we have further improved and enhanced and matured, obviously, our AI and computer vision engine for object recognition and smarter testing. And we have today the most mature, advanced, and proven AI automation solution in this industry. Just try us. So in the technology and support arena, we have introduced support for UI automation, SAP, and more, as well as CI/CD integration support. And again, we have many more items that we've delivered. I'm just picking on a few. And let's look at how the future is looking for us in functional testing. So if we take a glance, it's really about, getting or reaching to the cloud, literally. So we're going to deliver a complete functional testing solution natively in the cloud. It's going to include functional testing execution service with execution grid for parallel execution options. Or what we call a multi-grid, functional testing design service, including codeless and coded testing, mobile and web lab services, model-based testing, as we've just introduced, and AI, and all of our service around AI and machine vision is going to be migrated to the cloud to actually leverage the power of the community to further scale the learning of the machine. So really a lot to look forward to, and I can tell you that we'll continue and support all of the technology and continue to broaden the wider support that we already have for functional testing. Now, moving on to performance engineering arena, and we mentioned that software and application are becoming more complex. It's making it really more critical than ever to quickly deliver great performing applications that are really resilient and satisfy and even exceed, right, user expectation. And what happens that as a result, companies are moving away from what we call the activity of performance testing that looks at the final product, and really adopting, we talk a lot about continuancy, so continuous performance engineering process that occurs in really every stage of the development cycle. And here in ADM in Micro Focus, we support a proactive continuous performance engineering discipline that really includes 4 key attributes: expansion of performance testing to new roles, tight integration into the CI/CD process, end-to-end performance, monitoring, and continuous improvement. And combine these elements really ensure that teams can engineer performance early in the life cycle through the end user experience. And let me touch on some of the highlights from 2021. Couples of areas we've invested in. Robust data analytics. Team can now live stream and post run results to InfluxDB, use quick trending analysis and advanced templates and reports. We've also improved resources and license utilization with enhanced usage analytics. LoadRunner Cloud continues to add support for more locations and platform. And really, lastly, with what sets LoadRunner apart from other competitors is simply the fact that we cover the widest range of technologies and protocols. So we are continuously delivering protocol updates from web to mobile to packaged up like SAP and more, and really broadening our integrations with CI/CD, Git, monitoring, and open source tools. And if we take a glance into the roadmap and future investments, to really support our performance engineering strategy, the team will focus on, a couple of different critical themes this year. The centralized analysis for better insights, to really let you explore data coming from all sources and persona, and really connect the dots across the tool chain. We're going to introduce AI-powered analytics in LoadRunner. We're going to continue and broaden our presence in multiple clouds and region to lower the overall TCO for running and maintaining performance and accurately simulate real market conditions. We're going to introduce chaos testing support through the ability to really create failures from various components, which really helps assess the resiliency of the system. So a lot to look forward to. And with that, I can say that, we are here to support your success. And I hope you're as excited as I am about what we're doing and the future. And I encourage you to reach out for us for any information you may need, and we'll be happy to support you with whatever the challenges are and accompany you on that journey. So thank you very much, and Scott, over to you.
Okay, Tal, great. Thanks for that newsworthy introduction to the Micro Focus Value Edge platform. We'll have you back in just a few minutes for Q&A, which is a reminder to everyone to type in your questions, and we'll get to as many as we can. But right now, we're going to turn things over to Ali Rauf, who's Quality Engineering Specialist Leader at Deloitte. Ali, take it away.
Hello, my name is Ali Rauf, and I am a Quality Engineering Specialist Leader at Deloitte. I focus on lowering the cost of quality for our clients across healthcare, telecom, consumer, and other industries by designing and implementing testing strategies for digital transformations. A large number of organizations today are pursuing digital transformation programs that require robust and expedited application delivery to react to market conditions and changing customer needs. A big part of delivering robust and expedited applications is using the right methods and tools to test these applications effectively and thoroughly. Micro Focus products cover the entire spectrum of application development and maintenance, allowing organizations to effectively manage application development and testing, and Deloitte uses these tools to deliver high quality and cost-efficient testing solutions for our customers. There are three specific areas of collaboration between Micro Focus and Deloitte, and these include our quality engineering practice, our SAP practice, and our cybersecurity practice. The quality engineering practice has developed a suite of testing accelerators built on Micro Focus ADM products to enable faster testing along with higher quality outcomes for our clients. Similarly, the SAP practice uses a suite of testing accelerators built on ALM, UFT1, LoadRunner, and other Micro Focus products to enable faster, more agile testing along with higher quality outcomes during SAP S/4HANA implementations and subsequent upgrades and maintenance activities. Our cybersecurity practice provides cyber risk advisory services by using Micro Focus Security Portfolio to tackle an organization's applications, operations, and data security challenges. Deloitte uses Micro Focus tools and accelerators throughout the life cycle of our engagements. These tools like ALM, UFT, Performance Center, etc. support manual testing, automated testing, performance testing, as well as provide traceability for requirements throughout the testing lifecycle. Let me talk through a couple of client examples where we used Micro Focus tools to support digital transformation programs. At a leading interactive fitness platform company that selected Deloitte as the partner for their digital transformation, which included SAP design and implementation for their business, finance, and supply chain systems, we selected Micro Focus ALM, UFT, and LoadRunner tools for test management, automation, and performance testing. These tools not only helped organize testing during the implementation by providing test management, defect management, and traceability for test coverage, but continue to do so for the client's growing business. Deloitte also built a testing center of excellence for this purpose and utilized tools from the Micro Focus ADM suite of products. Similarly, at a large US healthcare organization, Deloitte used Micro Focus ADM tools to expedite delivery of testing for the entire portfolio of applications, clinical and non-clinical, while providing measurable quality metrics that were not previously available. And the defects leaked into production regularly, resulting in significant time spent on post-go-live defect resolution and data cleanup. Today, the client has drastically reduced defect leakage into production, and when a defect does leak into production, is able to trace and pinpoint the cause and address the testing coverage deficiency easily. We value our collaboration with Micro Focus to deliver quality engineering and cybersecurity services to our clients using these Micro Focus tools. Thank you.
Okay, great. Ali, thanks for that overview of the Deloitte and Micro Focus collaboration. And Tal and Ali, you guys ready for some questions?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, super. Tal, this first one is for you. What are some of the unique differentiators of the Value Edge platform in the market?
Yeah, sure. So I will tell you that from our perspective, as I said, it's complete. So we are the only vendor that offer today the complete strategy to delivery, the whole value streams, right? From defining the strategic goal to translating them into epics and work items, and the continuous quality view, the testing, the governance of release to delivery and operation, and again the feedback back into production. And so we're complete. We're embracing, while doing that, we allow the flexibility to embrace the ecosystem. So as I've talked about, we have over 100 pre-built integration, and we're still continue to build those. So we embrace the ecosystem and we integrate and add value to the existing tool chain that the clients already have. We have the most advanced analytics today in terms of descriptive, predictive, and we're starting to come up with a set of prescriptive analytics as well. And of course, we have the other aspect of AI automation embedded into that. And of course, one of our biggest differentiator in that space is our quality heritage and the fact that, you know, we have always been very strong in our quality management and testing capabilities, and we continue to have this unique differentiator introduced in the platform today. And by the way, speaking about integration, I've just seen, so I'm taking like the two birds, but I've just seen a question around ServiceNow integration. So we do offer ServiceNow integration. We right now focus on the tickets, so turning them into either a requirement or a defect. But you know, we will evolve that based on the requests that we get from our customers. So,
Oh, okay, super. There's another question here about the AI, powered aspect that you were going through, as you were describing the platform. They're wondering how does it self learn? Tal, I think you might be muted. Let me try to unmute you. Tal, can you hear me? Okay. I'm going to jump to
Hey,
a
Scott,
question for
Scott.
Yeah.
This is Jason Binfield.
Hey,
I
Jason.
can help to
hello.
answer that question. Oh, there you go, Tyler. All right.
No, you're more than welcome, Jason. You know.
No, I was just going to say, one thing that we've had just a phenomenal experience with over the past couple of years has been the development of our UFT AI capability, where it's a true AI capability where we have an AI engine, an AI brain that learns and gets trained on data, and helps to implement that functionality for functional testing. And we've taken the same approach with Octane and now into ValueEdge. It is an AI brain that does train and learn. I think one of the nice advantages we have at ADM is that since we have 20,000 customers that are out there, we've got a lot of customers that are willing to participate with us to help us train our engines to learn and become aware of different trends that go on within an organization. And so we're able to take advantage of that data and be able to train our engine maybe a little quicker than some of the others in the market. Tali, did you want to add to that at all?
No, you're spot on, Jason.
Yeah, and Jason, this is Ali. I'll add on a little bit, right? That there is no substitute to providing this training to these engines and making sure that from different industries there is information flowing in. And you're absolutely right. Having that big customer base is a differentiator and will only make the engine better over time. So totally agree with that.
Okay, great. And Ali, I think there was one question for you too about this engine. How will this facilitate things for your clients and in terms of your partnership?
Absolutely. So looking at not just the collaboration that I talked about, but also this value stream methodology, it's always a challenge for our clients to figure out what's happening upstream from testing, right? So I said in testing, that's where I do most of the strategy and the execution and delivery, right? But connecting it with upstream teams and systems and understanding when development is completing. Having those analytics, even though it's people might be surprised, why is it so difficult to do? In practice, it turns out to be very, very difficult. So having that visibility from what's happening upstream, and even after the fact when testing is completed, what's happening downstream, all the way across the value chain, of the software development lifecycle for any project, that's a challenge. So I see Value Stream helping us with that challenge. Certainly, the analytics plays a big piece in it, and I'm looking forward to working with my clients to implement that.
Yeah, and by the way,
Great.
speaking of analytics, what we also intend to do is, because we have a lot of, anonymous data, of course, we can actually provide industry benchmark, so companies can actually look at, themselves compared to similar organizations in the industry, right, from specific segments or industries, so you can really understand how you're at compared to the others in terms of the benchmarks.
Great point, Tal. But I'll also add that within an organization, also just figuring out, are we improving or not? So I think this will play a
The
huge
trends,
role,
exactly.
a huge role in understanding, are we improving or are we actually getting worse at this? So analytics will definitely help with that.
Ali, I was going to ask you about this, but what I've experienced at times is that because different teams or different value streams within the same organization do things differently, like trying to get a perspective of who's doing well versus who's struggling can be a real challenge. And I think that Value Edge would kind of provide that visibility across those value streams to help an organization compare and contrast different teams and not only continuously improve, but adopt some best practices within the
Absolutely.
organization.
That's a great point. I mean, on any large project, or for that matter, even on small projects, right? It's very, very hard to measure some of these things. So I totally agree that not only will it bring consistent practices across and help teams adopt some of those best practices, but also, really help us understand what the bottlenecks are, which teams are performing well versus others, not from the point of view of blaming, but really improving quality across the value stream. So totally agree with that. Yes.
Okay. Well, that was a fascinating discussion there. I appreciate that. And it does look like we're running out of time, unfortunately. Tal, if somebody wants to get started with Micro Focus, or with Micro Focus and the Deloitte partnership, or find out more, what do you recommend?
So first of all, you can go to the website and check out really the new website that we've just launched for value stream management, the options and the different modules and tools. But really reach out to your Deloitte representative. Talk to us, feel free to reach out and ask for more, and have us do an assessment of what is and where is best to start with. Also, we'll look at your ecosystem and understand, what will make more sense to start with, where we can add value the most. So I really look at it as a journey where you start by crawling and then standing and walking and running. So and it's really an evolution, and rather than anything else. So really reach out to the relevant representatives, and we'll be happy to support you on that journey. I can guarantee you that.
All right, excellent.
Yeah.
And I do want to point
Yeah, maybe
out
I'll just
again
add, feel free to reach out to us as well. Tal, if that's okay, I'm just volunteering us.
Of course, we're
Happy
working in
to
partnership together.
answer.
So I did mention, reach out to your Deloitte representatives, and we will work together on these initiatives for sure.
Yep, I meant the two of us as well. So happy to answer questions, folks.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Yeah, and also a reminder, just before we wrap up, there is the link in the handout section. It's a really rich site with links to a lot of the things that were discussed today, as well as the replay of this video will be available up there as well as soon as that's available. So Tal, Ali, thank you so much. Great presentations. Thanks for the insights in the Q&A. And Jason, thanks for coming off the bench for the Q&A too. That was fantastic. And we really appreciate your time today. And before,
Thank you, Scott.
And before we wrap up, finally, it is time for the $300 Amazon gift card prize drawing. And the winner of that gift card is Chris Keisker from Kentucky. So congratulations to Chris. We'll be in touch to get you your card. And with that, on behalf of the Actual Tech Media team, I want to thank Micro Focus and Deloitte for making this event possible. And thanks, as always, for attending and for your great questions. That concludes today's event. Have a great rest of your day.